Hello and welcome to Cracked Open, a podcast guiding you on your journey to becoming a vessel of unconditional love. And this is your host, Beck Milonis, High Priestess, Channel, and Activator. Join me on this series as I share reflections, insights, and channel transmissions from my journey of walking the initiation path. Each episode is a unique transmission containing supportive frequencies to facilitate the deepest healing, activation, and reconnection with your soul. I invite you to open your mind and set the intention to receive this episode into your heart space. Let's go. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to another episode of Cracked Open, a podcast guiding you to becoming a vessel of unconditional love. Guys, I'm in the thick of my process this morning, but I was really guided to come on here and share in full vulnerability what is moving through me, because I think it's really important that we show up. Even in those moments when we're processing stuff, we show up so that processing serves. So I'm riding the emotional wave. This may be emotional. I may cry. I don't know what's going to happen. Oh my God, what's going to happen? But we're going to just go for it and go live. So I'm going to go live over here on Instagram, and then we're going to get started. So I am currently riding a pretty big wave right now, right? And today I'm jumping on here super vulnerably in the process of everything that is moving through me right now. And it's the full spectrum of emotion. It is grief, while it's still like ecstasy and excitement and anticipation and disappointment and bracing and opening, right? I'm like feeling all the things all at once right now. And that is perfect. That is perfect. So I just want to say, as I'm jumping on here this morning, sharing this, like I'm still in this process. I'm still moving through this wave. I'm not on the other side yet, but it feels really important for people to share the process that they move through, not just the end result, right? So I'm hoping in what I'm navigating and moving through, there's always energy here for you, but there is an invitation for you to soften, to open, to trust, to allow, to move into your next expansion without needing to contract. So where do I begin this transmission today? About a year ago, I experienced my biggest fear that I ever had in my life played out in real time. And the man that I believed at the time, my biggest fear was that I would meet my divine beloved and he wouldn't choose me, right? And it was literally my biggest fear. That was my biggest fear. Of all the fears in the world, that was my biggest fear, that I would finally meet my sacred divine beloved, my counterpart, and he wouldn't choose me. Guess what, guys? I had a situation. I'm not going to get attached to labels anymore because who knows? Could have been, could not have been. Given what unfolded, it may have been. I'm letting go of all the attachments to what it was or wasn't. Or it needing to be anything or anyone. But basically that situation played out for me in real time. I was guided on this journey for over a year after years and years and years of all this karmic healing and false twin flames and anchoring union codes and cracking open my heart through intimacy and relating and all these things. I was guided on this journey for over a year to connect with, meet a man, to catapult me into this whole new level of service, mission, heart openness, right? All the messages were leading to everything that happened, like literally happened as I was seeing it. It was all unfolding beautifully. It was very exciting, expansive, activating for both of us, heart opening, enlightening experience. And it eventuated in that man sitting in front of me and saying, you know, I fully see you. I fully see everything that you're here to do and bring into this world. I fully see the connection we have. I fully see all the timelines and possibilities of us together, working together, all the work we're here to bring together. I see all our past lives. I see everything that we've been to each other in previous incarnations. But I'm choosing my sovereignty and I'm choosing myself and I'm choosing not to move forward, right? And that fucking broke me. In that moment, it fucking broke me. Like, imagine you have been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Then finally it arrives and everything's moving exactly on that trajectory for a really long time. And at the last minute, it's like, boom, the whole timeline fucking imploded. And we parted ways. And at that moment, I was like super destabilized, right? It was very destabilizing. I had a huge collapse. And in that moment, I came closer to God than I have ever come in my life, because by not choosing me, and ironically, I think he did choose me in a way, because he chose something else for me, which maybe was better for me, right? That's unconditional love. And if you're listening to this, I love you. You need to know I love you. He knows I love him. We're still friends. We're all good. In not choosing me, that man reflected my deepest wound to me. And he forced me to learn how to choose myself, right? Because him not choosing me wasn't about his human not choosing me. It wasn't about our relationship. It wasn't about anything like that. It was showing me the part of me who still had a very big masculine wound. And it was actually not even about men. It was about God, right? The biggest masculine wound that we can have is the God wound. It's the wound that says, I'm not supported. I am not safe. I am not provided for. I cannot trust the masculine to show up for me. I cannot trust the masculine to hold me. I cannot trust the masculine to provide for me. I cannot trust that I can soften and flower and open and there'll be someone there to catch me, right? So this man not showing up, not choosing our timeline, not choosing to be with me, not choosing to step into everything with me, led me on this journey. And then there was like several men that came after that to keep reflecting back all these aspects of sacred masculinity to me, to show me different fractals of this energy, and also show me where my own inner masculine, my relationship with God I was still outsourcing these aspects of the sacred masculine to men, right? And there's a whole book about it. So there's like 8 key codes: provision, support, integrity. I've got it right here. I can just read them out. Integrity, purpose, compassion, presence, protection, reverence of the goddess, right? So I had this experience after this counterpart implosion timeline, whatever the fuck you want to call it, where I then experienced all these traits and understood what the masculine was about. And in that connection and in my biggest fear being realized, I learnt how to come home to that energy of, really, it's God. It's all it is. It's like God. And I cleared this wound inside me that was forever bracing, forever waiting for the moment in which God would drop me. God would forget about me. God would not show up for me, right? The minute I let my guard down and everything went to shit. And in that connection and in the things that followed, it was me healing that from within and coming home to that experience of feeling so fucking safe, feeling so fucking liberated, feeling so free, feeling so chosen, feeling so loved, feeling so whole, that I didn't actually need anyone else outside of me choosing me or showing up for me or saying, hey, I want to be on this fucking timeline for you. I want to provide for you or have your babies or whatever the fuck, right? It was like me truly coming home to the masculine, right? The sacred masculine. And then creating this book about it. So I see this, like, it all has a higher purpose and there's no beef in it. There's no shade. But what has been coming up for me lately is this feeling of unsafety to feel really fucking good, right? To feel so open and so alive and so vulnerable and so in my heart and so in my pussy and my radiant essence and my magnetism. So fucking free and fully expressed and feeling good without having that bracing, right? When we're going through an expansion, especially as a feminine, as we expand into even more aliveness, even more radiance, even more vitality, even more self-expression, more eros, ooh, more abundance, more visibility, right? More. There's always an edge which says this is not safe. It is not safe for me to receive more, be more, have more, do more, right? And that edge looks for and looks into those past times, and it starts freaking out and putting up walls and bracing of like, fuck, I can't, there's like a capacity for how good I can feel, and I can't cross that threshold because I don't know what's on the other side, and it's terrifying for me to feel this free, this liberated, this good, this fucking wealthy, this abundant, this like expanded, right? This much vulnerability, this much openness, this much love. There is a point where there is a contraction that wants to happen. At the moment, while I'm in, like, I am serious when I say I am in the biggest expansion energetically that I've ever been in. I have been walking around for the past 2 months in this orgasmic bliss state, radiating, like feeling incredible joy, bliss, ecstasy, heaven on earth. Like, I've been feeling this. And it's funny, the last time I felt this was when I was with that man, or right before I came into that connection and we played that out, right? I was same feelings. Those same feelings, like, oh my God, my twin flame is here, right? And I'm just like so lit up and excited and whole and orgasmic and turned on and creative, right? That was the last time I felt that fucking good. And then that whole timeline imploded. And it's almost like I went down, I went boom, crashing down into the depths, down into all my abandonment wounds, down into all of my fears, down into all of my God shit, right? It's like it imploded so I could go down back into past patterns and obviously to write this book. I see it had that purpose. And since releasing Big G energy, coming full circle in this moment, I've moved out here to Queensland. I'm feeling fucking alive and magnetic and incredible, and things are showing up mirroring that in my environment. And then there's this simultaneous contraction which is happening within me, which is almost like blocking. Always like, boo, I feel like I'm just about to go boo, and like everything's going to explode in this incredible way. But there is this part of me that's bracing, right? I just want to like acknowledge this part of me that is bracing. Because for women, it's so fucking normal for us when we're on this edge of more, more expression, more abundance, more love, more openness. There is a simultaneous contraction which says it's not safe. It is not safe for me to feel this good. The last time I felt this fucking good, old mate turned around and said he didn't want to be with me, and it fucked me up, right? It completely diminished my sense of self. It put me into like hell, and I had to like come out of that. And on the other side of that, obviously, I'm so grateful, and there's no beef, there's no shade. I only have love for him and the situation, how it played out. And I see it as like, wow, you really catalyzed me into my highest purpose and mission. So maybe that was, we really were some divine counterpart imprint to because that's what your true divine counterpart does. They're not necessarily here to come into union with you. They're here for you to come into union with yourself, right? So again, not attached. I don't really give a fuck anymore about what the labels are. Maybe there's someone else that is that counterpart. Maybe he was just a catalyst for me. And it was interesting because when I met him, he had a similar experience with someone else just before me. And he's like, Beck, I think I'm a lesson for you. And I'm like, you're not a fucking lesson. You're not a lesson. So it's interesting how it all plays out, right? We meet these soul mirrors to catalyze us. And it's not about the relationship necessarily. It's about what they're helping us to heal and come into wholeness with. So I see it as perfect and divine, and there's no beef, there's no shade. I look back and I'm like, oh yeah, we would have been a fucking train wreck together. And I see that now. It's not the best. You weren't the best option for me. But I see the fear that is arising now, having gone through that, being on this edge again. And there's almost like this nervous system response internally being like, okay, we've expanded. Now we're like I can't possibly expand anymore. If I expand anymore, I will die, right? Like, this is not safe. Now I feel unsafe. I feel unsafe. I have to shut down. I have to contract. And that is exactly the moment. That is exactly the moment when we need to soften and open and be vulnerable even more. I cannot even begin to describe to you the fucking contraction I am going through right now, which is requiring a level of trust that is like beyond, it's like Delulu trust, right? And I also know it's simultaneously because of the expansion that I'm in as well. That collapse is only happening because I'm ready to expand forward in a way that is beyond what I've ever experienced, right? Which is why I've been feeling the way that I've been feeling for the past weeks. I have never felt so fucking on point in my life. I've never felt so on fire and empowered and alive and in pleasure. I'm walking around most days just orgasming from bliss, right? And it hasn't stopped. It just keeps, right? And in that expansion, there is a little voice saying, don't shine too bright. Don't feel too good. Don't show the world what it feels like to feel this good, because they're going to fucking hate you for it, right? And I uncovered this mother wound about a week ago, of like, I cannot feel this good because it threatens other women, right? I cannot love myself this much because it threatens other women. Other people are going to feel shitty in my energy field with me this radiant and lit up, and they're going to feel triggered, and I don't want to trigger people, so I'm going to contract. So what I'm trying to say is, like, in this expansion, it's going to bring up all that previous shit that has held you in that limitation in the past, that has held you in that previous level, that has blocked you from moving forward. And instead of shutting down and collapsing in that moment when all of this is showing up, it's the exact opposite that you need to do. It's like, okay, how much more open can I be? How much more vulnerable can I allow myself to be? How much more can I soften? How much more can I stop trying to prove and do and like succeed and force and fucking control? How little control can I have and still feel incredible, right? And ultimately, all of this as a feminine being, as anyone really, but I'm particularly talking to women, all of this comes back to how deeply do you trust God? How deeply do you trust the sacred masculine within and without to show up for you? How soft, how open, how surrendered can you be? How vulnerable, walls down, pussy open, heart open, fucking throat open, everything open. How open can you be and vulnerable and fucking in the depths and in the juiciness and like cracked open and fucking exploding in joy and pleasure? How open can you remain without feeling like you need to protect or shut down or contract or go into fear? How open can you remain in the face of nothing outside of you reflecting what you feel internally? How open can you remain in the massive fucking timeline collapse? That like, okay, I have no fucking idea why this is unfolding, how it's unfolding. I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow even. I don't fucking know. And part of me is so afraid to lose what I have right now because I feel so fucking amazing. And I'm so afraid to go backwards, right? That's a real fear that I'm sitting with. This part of me that's like, fuck, I don't want to lose this. I feel so good. I don't want to leave here because this place is giving me life, or the people around me are giving me life, or my routine is giving me life, right? And the invitation in that moment is to like soften even more, open even more, trust even more. That if it's not this as something better, right? That's what this man taught me. To choose myself and choose to know that I am worthy and I fucking deserve to be chosen and taken care of and like have someone showing up and being fucking obsessed with me. That is you've been seeing my content. This is the energy that I've been really anchoring and embodying, that I'm a big fucking deal energy, queen energy. Like, I will not give my heart until he shows up and fucking proves himself to me energy, right? That's the gift that this man gave me, self-love. And that's not just in relationships. It goes in every single area of our lives, right? Business. I know my work is powerful. I know it's worth it. I know that what I do is amazing. I know that I'm worth more than the money that is in my bank account. I know that I'm worth more than the fucking followers and the likes. I'm worth more because I love myself. That is a gift, and I choose myself. Even if no one outside of me and nothing outside of me appears that way, I choose myself. I choose my happiness, right? And that timeline choice has been presenting itself. Do you want to fucking contract and go back to the previous environment? And that previous environment has been coming into this one, showing me, hey, here's all the past shit. Here's your parents' shit. Here's their life completely fucking imploding. Do you want to get pulled back into that story? Or do you want to keep moving forward on this timeline? And it's like, I choose. In this moment when there is nothing fucking out there externally showing me that feedback, I choose to believe in God, to have faith in God, in miracles, right? The last time I anchored this, truly, like the miracles that happened, right? This coming home to like heaven on earth within, coming home to God as the source, the sacred masculine as the source for everything, was fucking profound, right? The shifts and miracles that took place, it was like, whoa, holy crap. It was this homecoming, this reunion of sacred inner union. That's what the man that came into my life, that broke my fucking heart, whatever, wah. Sad story about it. I'm gonna write a book about it. I did. That's the gift that he gave me. He gave me the gift of coming home to God in this way that I'd never, ever been able to experience before. And now that I've come full circle and published this book, I'm living in the season of the, oh wow, this is what it really feels like to feel this good and feel this loved and feel this like whole and feel this complete and feel this orgasmic and feel this amazing and feel this seen. And like, oh, fuck, I just can't, like the things happening in my life right now, like the sisters that I have in my life, the feminine energy, the community, the joy, the sunshine, like I've been literally walking around smiling and so grateful for 2 weeks, crying even with gratitude. And this morning I woke up with this like clenching fear feeling of like, fuck, maybe this is the moment God drops me. And it's in that exact moment that we need to lean in deeper than before as women. I want to share a little bit from the book because I think it's really important that people share this vulnerably and honestly, because this is not my experience, right? This is my experience, but this is the experience of women everywhere trying to heal that masculine wound within and come home to God. Women everywhere have this. And I think me not sharing what I went through is a disservice, even though it's super fucking vulnerable and I'm on here being like, I haven't figured it all out, right? That's what my job is, to share vulnerably so someone can receive from this. This is what I wrote in this book. And to be fair, after writing this, I did anchor this in and I've been anchoring it in. So it's like we go in waves with this, right? So maybe like a traumatized animal retreating to its cage and shaking in fear the moment someone comes close, there is a part of me that has learned she cannot trust the masculine. She cannot fully trust God so many damn times that she doesn't allow herself to feel what safety truly feels like because she doesn't want to be re-traumatized or let down again. Or in the moments she does allow herself to experience that melting, it's not long before the other shoe finally drops. And perhaps that part of me will never feel fully safe and will always on some level anxiously await the moment she's inevitably abandoned. Perhaps I have to meet her with the same compassion, patience, and tenderness I'd offer a wounded animal, rather than berating her for not being over it already or spiritually bypassing her with side notes in brackets, insisting I can obviously see where the wound is coming from and therefore I'm not identified with it. Even though I feel the emotions as a very real sensation of unprocessed grief welling up inside, which you can hear in my voice now. It's like, whew, it's coming up again. Maybe it's going to take some time and practice for the anchor of faith in God, in the masculine, to be truly unwavering, and that's okay. Maybe I will continue to waver. Hey, here I am, wavering in new levels, iterations, and experiences that push me beyond my previous thresholds, requiring of me more integration and more wholeness. I'm laughing because it's like, well, I wrote it, now I'm experiencing it. Isn't that funny? After all, that's what this whole ascension path is, the same old spirals and themes surfacing to be revisited from higher perspectives. And perhaps it's not even entirely my wound alone that I'm so busy processing through this experience. It's the trauma of the feminine, on the whole, encoded into all of us, which we all have to recover from. The wound of our mothers, their mothers, their mothers' mothers. It's a mother wound, right? This is what I've been clearing this week. The wound of consistently feeling let down and abandoned by the masculine again and again and again. So many times that the immediate impulse to put up walls or retract in self-defense is hardwired into our DNA. But at least I finally understand what has been preventing me from showing up and writing this book. The very real human level heartbreak and disappointment in the masculine, in God, which is still lingering underneath the layers of higher spiritual faith, keeping me separate. How can I sit here and write a book about having complete faith in the masculine's ability to show up if I am deep down still processing the parts of me who felt abandoned when those men didn't choose me? How can I sit here and urge you to put your faith and security in God, which I'm doing again? Oh, look, isn't that funny? When part of me still has this huge bone to pick, feeling like I allowed myself to free fall as instructed and God wasn't there to catch me. How can I sit here and convince others to have faith in the sacred masculine when I've yet to experience it in totality myself? But I suppose that's what blind faith is. You don't have to see evidence to believe it and know something is real and inevitable. And despite my feelings of grief, I know it exists. Somewhere, even if it's just within me for now, it exists. The sacred masculine exists as more than an idealized concept or naive wish. I'm able to hold both experiences simultaneously. The human level emotion that is still processing alongside the soul level gnosis telling me this is not where the story ends. It's telling me that right now. It's like, babe, you are good. Just keep softening. You're not Delulu. I'm feeling my bitterness and disappointment. And yet I still believe wholeheartedly in the masculine. 'Tis true. I still believe wholeheartedly in God. I guess I'm just working through and releasing the little self parts of me that are still holding onto the pain of the past and looking for evidence of the contrary. And maybe as you read this or listen to this, you begin to understand the dilemma of the feminine everywhere, who desperately wants to heal her masculine wounds and completely trust the masculine can rise in all the beautiful ways I detail in these pages, but still doesn't know how, because she's yet to actually experience it herself. So my beautiful people, I'm going to bring this to a conclusion. Just because the contraction is happening, right? I'm still smiling. I feel really good actually. I just needed to get this all off my chest. Just because a contraction is happening and that old level stuff is surfacing and that desire to shut down is happening, it doesn't mean that we are wounded. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with us. It's just with every level, it requires more of us, right? More softness, more openness, more trust, more surrender. I don't think there's any point when we stop expanding and these old edges and scenarios stop coming up, right? Like every single fucking man that will come into my life from now, this will come up until it doesn't come up anymore, because it's healed, and that is okay. It is okay to be working on something. It is okay to have old programming or emotion or trauma come up as you are on the edge. Like that needs to come up and out of your cells so you can expand and anchor into the new level, right? Like it needs to happen. It's just part of the process. It's inevitable. So I want you to know you're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you if you're seeing this old stuff coming up, even though you're in this season of expansion. Like they go hand in hand together, right? And I want you to know that everything you're outsourcing everything you're outsourcing. And I know this to be true because I have been in the miracle. That's why I know my miracles are coming. I know I'm good. Even though it's funny because even in this situation, I feel the most at peace and knowing than I've ever felt because I trust what I feel and how I've been feeling more than anything, right? Like that is more real to me than situational or circumstantial things outside of me. So we deserve to feel better and have more than our mothers did, right? And that what your mother was capable of experiencing or allowed herself to experience, the threshold of pleasure and joy and expansion and aliveness and support, provision, whatever it is, that is transferred to you until you break through it and allow yourself to have more, right? So my experiences of the masculine are only just my mom's experiences of the masculine. And then my experiences as a child, feeling like my dad didn't support me. And, you know, it's funny because as I was writing my book, I had this really big healing with my dad and he came up here. He drove me up here as I was completing my book. Is that a coincidence? I don't know. Probably not. To heal and address that father, like the human level father wound of feeling like daddy didn't fucking support me. Daddy didn't take care of me. Daddy didn't protect me, save me when he could have, right? So as the feminine, the more we expand, the more we radiate, the more we come home to our essence, our magnetic, sensual, sexual aliveness. All these things are going to come up, right? The fears of what if it's too much? What if I trigger other women? What if I make my mom feel bad, right? And it's crazy because my mom at the moment is going through hell and it's really hard for me to be in her energy. I fucking love her, but at the moment, like because of what I'm going through, it's been really difficult to sit with the pain that she's in and not like shrink myself or contract and go backwards. And I can feel a part of myself being like, I need to implode everything that's going on with my life so I can go save her and be with her and shrink. So then she's alone. She's not alone in her discomfort. And recently, like as in a week ago, I was like, I'm not, fuck that. My best way to support my mother is to keep radiating, keep being in my power, keep being in my strength and help her from that place, right? Support her from that place. Not this concept of misery wants company, right? Isn't it crazy how we feel like we relate to people better by complaining in our misery and like everything's going wrong for me instead of lifting each other up? Like, I just think it's crazy how humans fucking do that. Misery loves company, right? So yeah, all this to say, there is no point in which suddenly all of these old things are not going to arise. And it's what you do and how you are in those moments that they're arising. What you choose, that shifts the narrative. So right now, what I'm choosing, and I've been moving into processes and self-pleasure and just sitting here meditating and my healing process of like, I choose to soften even more instead of contracting, putting up walls. Ooh. Right? I choose to soften even more. I choose to open even more. I choose to flower even more. I choose to open even more. And I'm saying this for a reason. There's some energy coming through for you here. Heart open, womb open, pussy open. I choose to let go even more. I choose to release even more. You may want to do this with me. It's very I feel really good. Woo! Funny to think I was crying 3 seconds ago, being like, what the fuck, life? Do this with me. Like, I invite you to put a hand on your womb space. Men, you can do this too, right? You have feminine energy. Men, do this with me. I promise. It's going to make you feel so much fucking better. Whatever it is that you are contracting and freaking out about, like, I don't want to go back there. I don't want to have my heart broken. I don't want to like be broke. Whatever it is, right? Whatever the fuck you're moving through right now that is causing you to want to put your walls up and contract. Left hand over your womb space. Right hand over your heart. Body, I allow you to soften even more. And exhale. If it feels good, exhale. Let it out. Let that shit out. Body, I command you to soften even more. Just locating any tension Just allowing it to drop down, dropping down into the body, dropping down into the womb, dropping down into the earth. I allow myself to soften even more. Ooh, you may feel walls around your heart, boundaries, defense mechanisms. Just allow yourself to bring them down now. I allow myself shiniara atoroayana. I allow myself to soften even more, open even more, flower even more, radiate even more, anchor into even more trust, even more trust, even more trust, even more support, even more support, even more provision, even more faith, even more safety, even more security. Now finding that anchor above, anchoring into God's support, God's provision, God's grace, allowing your whole central column, your pussy, your heart, your throat, your entire central column to open, 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 open. Every cell in your body open, 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 open. To expand and allow light to stream down, divine support to stream down, provision to stream down, and fill you completely from within, completely filling you from within. And just imagining anything that you are holding onto, gripping onto, trying to control in this moment, you've like can see, sense, perceive, or imagine your hands gripping it. Just let it go, drop it. Like you're gripping a rope, you can just drop it. Ah, there you go. Let go, let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. Tiki anari ishi ana uruaya. Meni ayara siki ayaya. Any wounding you're holding on to from the past, keeping you in safety, or an old operating system or level of experience. Just giving yourself permission to breathe, exhale, and release it. Release that threshold. Oh my gosh. Whew. Release that threshold. Release that pressure. That valve. Imagine it is a valve. You can just release that valve. You may feel crumbling, like I feel a building crumbling all around me. The foundation's crumbling. And as those foundations crumble, imagine roots going down deep, anchoring you down deep, 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 deep into the heart of Gaia, into the heart of the mother. Anchoring deep into the heart of the mother. And letting that be your foundation. Feeling her nurturing, her support, the love, the nurturing, the support, the holding of the mother. Feeling the wealth, the radiance, the vibrance, the vitality, life force of the mother, the nourishment of the mother. And in this moment, letting the mother give you what you need. Bring forward the feeling, sense, or experience of what is required for you in this moment to feel truly nourished. What is it that you need to feel truly nourished, truly safe to flower, soften, open? And so you can imagine that pillar of light coming above from the masculine, divine father sky, the masculine flame of the creator, building a structure or pyramid, or I'm seeing like a pillar around you, anchoring you, stabilizing you, and then the mother coming up from below, filling you with that nourishment. And the more you allow this pillar around you to become solid and unplug from all the sources outside of you that you're attaching to for comfort, security, certainty, love, validation, plugging more and more and more back into this pillar, into this connection to God. Sourcing that now from God, Everywhere you have been externalizing that, plugging all of that back now into the sun, into God. And just noticing what happens in your feminine, in your body, in your pussy, in your heart, in your, maybe even your throat. In that divine provision, divine support, divine protection, divine holding, divine love. Allow it to penetrate you from the very inside out, melting your defenses, melting your edges, melting all the parts of you who are trying to brace in this moment. Can you soften even more? Can you be with this tension of the not knowing? And be in pleasure, full surrender, not knowing, but trusting. Not knowing, but trusting. Not knowing, but trusting, completely trusting. Because you are allowed to feel good. Because you're entitled to feel good. Because you were meant to feel good. You were meant to feel so fucking good. Can you accept in this moment the truth that God wants you to be happy? God wants you to feel so safe, so provided for, so free, so held, so loved. And our parents were not able to provide this level of love for us. And so we don't know what it feels like, right? And then so when we feel this divine love, it's almost like it's too much. It's too much love. I don't feel worthy of this love. I don't feel worthy of this love. Just noticing in your heart any place where there's an unworthiness to receive this level of love, this level of connection, this level of support, this level of safety. And just let God's love dissolve from the inside out, all places in which there is still unworthiness. Unworthiness to come home to the love that you are. Sini tiare kushunoya, nene araya, siya roaya. Releasing the unworthiness to enter the gates of heaven, heaven on earth. It's safe for you to be here. It's safe for you to be here. You are held here. You are safe here. It's safe for you to soften. It's safe for you to trust. It's safe for you to surrender. It's safe for you to open. It's safe for you to radiate. It's safe for you to love and be loved. It's safe for you to be seen. It's safe for you to release, relax, open, soften, flower. It's safe for you to shine, to radiate, to be admired. It's safe for you to be loved and chosen and pursued. It's safe for you to be claimed. You are already claimed. Now calling forth the highest embodiment of your inner queen, your empress, your divine feminine energy, the part of you who is already chosen, who is already provided for, who is wealth, Notice I didn't say wealthy. I said she is wealth. She is abundance. She is aliveness. Just let that energy, you may want to shake, move your body, make sound. If you want to make a sound to connect to that energy, connect to her. What sound? If you can connect to that sound, oh, would you make don't hold back, don't hold back. I'm not holding back, guys, so you don't hold back. I mean, I could actually probably hold back a little bit less, but I am aware that this is an Instagram live. So, yeah. And in this energy, in this essence, and this current of aliveness and pleasure and joy. I actually want to say as well, some of you may be feeling grief come up. That is normal. That is completely normal, and it's okay. However, you may not be feeling orgasmic like I am, and that's fine. I don't want to impose my experience on anyone else. So just notice what is coming up as I'm saying all of this in your body. Are you really uncomfortable right now? Are you triggered? Are you looking at me feeling triggered? Are you thinking, oh my God, that's too much. What she's doing is too much. The sounds are too much. The movements are too much, right? Just a reflection of your own limitation. So just noticing what is arising. Are you allowing yourself to feel and drop into this? Or are you judging yourself? Do you feel uncomfortable? Just sitting with what is present in this energy. Where is your edge? Where is your edge? What is this energy asking of you? What is she desiring to do today? What feels really fucking juicy and good for her? For me, I'm like, boom, I know the cafe that I'm going to go to immediately after this, and then I'm going to go move my body. That's exactly what I want to do. I know it. I feel it. It's like so clear. She's telling me. I can literally see myself sitting there drinking coffee and writing a post. Let those impulses, if you knew you were fully supported, taken care of, held, provided for, what would you do in this moment? What's alive? What do you desire to do? For me, it's like this workshop coming up. I'm so excited about it. Oh my God, I just want to play with other women in sacred space. I just want to create music and share. Create, play, flirt. So can you allow yourself now to be in this expansion, be in this openness, be in this magnetic energy, without apologizing, without fearing, without contracting, without judging. Anchor that in, anchor that in, anchor that in. Bring this into every cell, every part of your body. Oh my God, I feel so turned on right now. Fuck. Hey, my goodness. You may want to move this energy through your body. I did not honestly see this live go into this place right now. I was not anticipating that this would become a whole fucking healing, but here we are. Here we are, forever the guinea pig, so that my process helps other people's processes. So yeah, it's like I'm literally feeling into what I felt before I got on this live. None of that is there anymore. I don't feel any contraction. I don't feel any fear. I don't feel any, oh my God, I just feel really orgasmic. So this is the potential for how quickly you can move through these edges, guys. It's just like a process of bringing yourself back to the fucking truth, the truth of who you are, the truth of your divine essence. I do apologize for just launching into a healing without asking for consent and inviting you into that. It just felt right in the moment. And please know, if you didn't want to receive that, you don't have to receive any of that. But I also trust, and I'm setting the intention now, that only those who are actually ready and willing to receive that will receive that from me. If I triggered you, good. You're welcome. If this has made you feel some things, I have a space for a Rose Codes 1-to-1. There's still one open space for that. This is the work that we do. It's like full fucking alchemy of coming home to this energy and radiating with it and letting it guide us and lead us and teach others, guide others from this place of full fucking inner sacred union. I am chosen. I am loved. I am provided for. I am supported. Right? If you're holding the templates for sacred marriage, this is the mystery school for you. And it may not be that you anchor sacred marriage with another person. I fucking didn't with that guy that I thought was my counterpart and had all these experiences with. We didn't anchor sacred marriage physically in this reality, but I had the experience of it energetically. And that's the experience I needed, right? So reach out if that is your jam. If you're in the Sunshine Coast, I have an embodiment. Oh my God, I'm so excited about it. An embodiment workshop on the 5th of September, Friday the 5th of September. It's dance, feminine embodiment, heart opening, womb opening, juicy activation workshop. We're going to be doing some dance. I used to be a burlesque performer, a exotic dancer, briefly, very briefly. It was like a couple months, the exotic dancing tangent, but there is no one who is going to argue that I am not expressed in my body sensually. So this is what it will be. And lastly, but not leastly, this is my book, Big G Energy. This details the whole journey of everything that I went through to anchor this even more deeply. Come home to God, come home to the sacred masculine, come home to sacred marriage, right? I'm going to read the back. Will the real sacred masculine please stand up? A raw, heart-led transmission exploring the sacred masculine through the eyes of a divine feminine devotee. Blending personal story with spiritual teaching, this book offers 8 transformative key codes that invite readers to dissolve religious trauma and heal their relationship to the masculine essence of God, be held by the Divine Father, and awaken a state of deep inner gnosis. Part narrative, part activation, and part self-guided workshop, Big G Energy is a love letter to the collective masculine, direct from the heart womb of the Divine Mother. It's a must-read for anyone seeking to heal their masculine wounding and invoke the discipline, focus, purpose, and direction of the King within. It's a healing balm for wounded hearts and a bold prayer for the restoration of sacred union, hierogamic templates on earth. So if you want to hear all about that story and all the other men, fucking wonderful men that came into my life to really help me anchor this energy, check it out. It's super healing. I've been getting some amazing feedback. Now I'm going to go do the things that I feel like I want to do for the rest of my day. Mwah. Goodbye, beautiful people. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Cracked Open. Don't forget to hit subscribe and share with a friend if this episode has served you in any way. For more information about the work that I do or to get in touch with me, read the show notes or head to beckmylonis.com. Until next time, beautiful soul.